Welcome to Operation Healing Heroes. Join us in beautiful Punta Gorda, Florida at the Sunseeker Resort as we honor Shay Williams, U.S. Army veteran and United States Coast Guard veteran.
They served for us. They sacrificed for us. Their stories deserve to be told. Every military veteran has a story to tell. Join our host, Jay Garstecki, as we honor the stories of our true American heroes, one soldier at a time. The mission today is Operation Healing Heroes. Brought to you by Great Clips.
Good afternoon and welcome to Sunseeker Resort, Charlotte Harbor. We are honored and excited to host Operation Healing Heroes. Sunseeker Resort, Charlotte Harbor sits on 22 acres of pristine waterfront land, equidistant from Fort Myers to Sarasota. We are so happy to have been located in this community where we have one of the largest aggregations of veterans that have served for our country and our military. We have 785 rooms encompassing 189 suites and 585 regular king and queen rooms. We have 18 food and beverage concepts to tickle your culinary delight, 2 pools, an extremely luxurious spa, and a waterfront fitness center. In addition to those on-site amenities, we have our 18-hole championship golf course, a short 15-minute drive from the resort, and 60,000 square feet of dynamic meeting space.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
Maybe a little to the left.
Good advice. Have you spent much time on a golf course?
I haven't spent much time at all on a golf course. I have landed in a golf course before in a helicopter.
Really?
I did once.
So not a lot of time with golf clubs.
Nope, no golf clubs.
Look at that.
Are you Bruce and Shelley?
Yes, we are.
Hi, I'm Jay and Shay.
Hi, Jay.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Hi, good morning. Shay Williams.
Shay.
Nice
Pleasure.
to meet
My
you.
wife, Shelley.
Hi, Shelley.
Hi,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I understand we're going to be golfing with you guys today.
That's what I hear. Looking forward to it.
I'm not much of a golfer, but I'll drive the golf cart all day and be a good caddy for you.
Always need a good caddy.
Let's go have some fun.
After nearly 30 years of sacrifice and service to our country, Shay's body is paying the price.
The military got the pretty good years out of me, so they got from 24 to 54. So jumping out of airplanes, flying helicopters.
Yeah, jars you up pretty good, doesn't it?
Stuff happened. So
Yeah. How has that affected your life as a civilian now? I mean, obviously you can't play golf, you can't do a lot of things you used to be able to do. I mean, it kind of robbed you of some of your freedoms, no?
I had a fantastic career. I would not
That's good to hear.
change anything.
That's good to hear, man.
I'm incredibly fortunate to have gone and done the things that I did. I was assigned 8 different duty stations over my 29.9 years of military service. And
Wow, so you got to see a lot of the country?
I did. I saw inside and outside of the country. So I feel very fortunate.
So you chalk it up as that's a sacrifice you pay for getting to do those things, huh?
Yeah,
God bless you.
I wouldn't say that I'm unique in any way. I would say that the vast majority of our veterans go out there and get beat up.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
This is beautiful, huh?
It's
a little bit of
gorgeous.
water in front of us. Nothing to be intimidated by, but a lot of water.
Amazing place.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Jay, am I in a safe spot here? Am I gonna be all right here?
You should be okay. Questionable. Absolutely not.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Right and left.
I think you might have hit an alligator.
Outstanding.
I'll rustle him for it.
Great shot, dude.
Operation Healing Heroes is brought to you by Great Clips, Allegiant Air, and by Sunseeker Resort.
Operation Healing Heroes is a nonprofit organization dedicated to documenting the lives of our U.S. military veterans. In addition, we also provide financial support and treatment for post-traumatic stress. Your donation will help heal our heroes. Nice.
Nice shot. Well done.
The only one to hit the fairway. What was life like growing up for Shay?
So I grew up reading books about Vietnam. I grew up listening to stories of helicopter pilots in Vietnam. I knew that I wanted to be a military pilot. My dad was a pilot. I worked at the officers club as a janitor, and I got to hang out and see how pilots lived and worked and what they did and how they talked, and I was just part of that culture very early, and I knew that's what I wanted to do.
So you come from a multi-generational military family of people who flew.
Yeah, so my grandfather was in the airborne, 82nd Airborne during World War II. And then my father was a pilot, but he also went to airborne school. So the Air Force, they go to airborne school too. And then amazingly enough, in 1998, I was in the 82nd Airborne out of Fort Bragg, and I went to airborne school as well. So that was 3 generations that had jumped out of airplanes.
Wow.
Graduation from flight school was amazing. To get those wings that you fought so hard for. Then after you graduate basic flight school, then you get to figure out what advanced aircraft you're gonna fly. So I got Blackhawks, and I felt very fortunate to fly Blackhawks. You learn how to fly precise at night under goggles, low over the trees with real lives in the back. In the Army, I flew some pretty amazing soldiers that were very well trained, pretty badass. There's a lot of badassery in flying aircraft. If aviation is your passion, and military aviation is your passion, you know that what comes with that is dangerous.
Sure.
As one of only 9 pilots selected, Shay was deployed to Bosnia for 5 months.
When I came back from Bosnia, they finally released us and we came home, got on a plane, and again, my best friend, Brad Ronan, picked me up from the airport. And so he and I ended up in the same unit, even in the 82nd Airborne. So we went through flight school together and then ended up in the 82nd Airborne together. So when he picked me up, a week later, I have a morning flight, and as I'm coming out, I see Brad in the parking lot, and he's got an afternoon flight. And that afternoon, we got word that he had crashed in a 60 with 8 other people, and they had all died there. I think anybody that does a career in military aviation has experienced this. This profoundly impacted my 30 years of flying afterwards. It makes you take things very seriously. You don't have an opportunity to be as lighthearted maybe as you once were.
Operation Healing Heroes is brought to you by Great Clips, Lumberjack Lodge, and by Recon Boats.
That guy's a son in himself.
Yeah. Can I go over there and pet him?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, that's allowed.
Whoa.
It's almost like I know what the heck I'm doing. This is crazy. If you'd like to see more behind-the-scenes footage, follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're a U.S. military veteran in Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, or beautiful sunny Florida, log on to our website, takeavetfishing.org, to find an event near you.
Welcome to Aileron Golf Club. We're so glad to host Operation Healing Heroes today at our Par 72 Championship style golf course designed by Kip Schultes. We opened in conjunction with Sunseeker Resort on December 15th, almost a year ago. And again, we're so glad that we could host Operation Healing Heroes.
After his service in the 82nd Airborne, Shay would find his way to Hawaii, flying medevac missions.
Flying medevac is awesome. You know, there's someone in need, they need your help. We were the medevac unit for the military there on the island in 60th Med. For 3 years, I flew car accidents, gunshots, pregnant ladies. Enjoyed it, but there was an emotional toll to it. You can't fly people daily in their worst of time and not take some of that with you. Yeah, there are a lot of sacrifices that our military members make, and their impacts, both physical and mental, that comes with being in the military and performing as a first responder. So
how did you get into the Coast Guard from the Army?
So after flying medevac, the Army at this time, we had been training. We'd been training for 10 years. That's what the Army did, was train. And I was ready to do real world stuff. I love flying medevac. There's an adrenaline rush in flying medevac, and I wanted to fly. That's what I wanted to do. I was hooked. So I called the Coast Guard. I said, hey, I've been released from the Army, and they said, congratulations. Where do you want to go? I said, man, I'd really like to stay here in Savannah. It's a nice place. They said, we need you to go to New Orleans. That's when I learned about the Coast Guard. My first tour, New Orleans is very busy, doing the same thing that I was doing pretty much, which was rescuing people. Yeah, fantastic orders, you know. United States Coast Guard is the most amazing organization you could ever work for. Coast Guard Air Station New Orleans is a very busy air station. There are about 10,000 oil rigs offshore. There's the Mississippi River right there that goes through the city, and there's shrimpers and fishermen, and there's every kind of maritime vessel you could think operating in the New Orleans area. So we were very busy, and daily people are rescuing people. So I think I've been there for like a month, standing duty, the junior co-pilot, and me and another pilot launch out on a case at night, help somebody off an oil rig, somebody hurt on an oil rig. We get the guy, and it's dark. It's dark out there, and we nearly hit the oil rig. Dropped the guy off at the hospital, made it back. Nobody really said anything to us. They're like, nice job, no awards, no anything. But that's just what's expected from military pilots pulling duty.
So were you in New Orleans when Katrina hit?
Yes, I was. The radios were nonstop. Channel 16 is a maritime rescue channel. And so as we come back in the city, we see there's devastation all around. And then you hear one call for help over Channel 16. And then another, and then another, and then another. And then we just realized, you know, this is going to be a big thing.
The devastation that Shay witnessed was unimaginable.
The Coast Guard hoisted 6,800 people in about 2 weeks. And I think, you know, everybody in the Coast Guard at that time had some sort of impact on that operation. Whether they were at headquarters or in a ship, people responded. I think about 1,400 people died, about 500 drowned. That leaves a lot of people that died in other ways. The city was basically without law enforcement, and it was the Wild West, and it was pretty brutal. And so we didn't leave the air station for 5 weeks, but when we were finally allowed to leave, go see our homes, it was ravaged. There were dead people everywhere. There were dead people floating in the water. There were dead people on the street. It was hard to believe that this could happen in America.
The Fisher House Foundation builds comfort homes where military and veteran families can stay free of charge while a loved one is in the hospital.
If you'd like to personally thank a veteran that you've seen in one of our episodes or nominate a veteran to be featured in a future episode, log on to our website, operationhealingheroes.org.
Operation Healing Heroes is brought to you by Suzuki Marine, Wiley X Sunglasses, and by Recon Boats.
So Katrina changed my life forever. It did. We were impacted. People were hurting. And for some people, it happened immediately. For some people, it happened months later. For me, it came a year later.
About a year after Katrina, while living in Miami, Shay had a breakdown. He drank too much, he ate too little, and he lost about 30 pounds. It was the first time in Shay's life that he had felt depression. Caught in a cycle that he couldn't seem to break, Shay credits his strong family network with getting him back on track. His wife, Pia, would listen to the same stories every night and nurture him back to life.
I am very fortunate to have a family network, and currently my wife and my daughter. There's nothing you can't do if you believe you can. And so I've always had a very strong family network to help me through things like Katrina.
Shay would humbly receive the Distinguished Flying Cross for his efforts during Hurricane Katrina.
I will tell you that it's not a good thing to be called out as special in a room full of really special people. Honor, respect, devotion to duty. That's the Coast Guard motto. Standing duty is part of any military pilot's life, as any member in the military understands, but definitely in the Coast Guard. So right now, we have air stations all around the United States and boat stations, and they're on duty right now. 24-hour duty is typically what they do, stand and watch. And so you have pilots and boat crews ready to launch out and protect the citizens of the United States.
Well, I definitely appreciate all the service that you gave to our country and the many years of service that you provided us and our freedoms. And if you don't mind, I'd like to give you a little bit something to recognize your time with us here today and this last couple of days. And I got you your own Operation Healing Heroes shirt with your name on there and our logo. It doesn't replace that logo, nor should it, but I do hope that you'll wear this with honor, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You talked about night vision goggles, and I'm not sure if you're familiar, but Wiley X happens to be one of our supporting sponsors, and they provide all of our veterans with Wiley X glasses. And it's not a night vision goggle, but it was born on the battlefield. So Wiley X sunglasses were, and they became a consumer brand. And I just want to make sure that you have a nice pair of Wiley X's to sport with your new shirt. And last but not least, I want to give you something that one of our donors gave to us and asked that we make sure that we give to our veterans, and it's from the Montana Silver Company, and it's a dog tag there, but it's a little something special, and it's got a little card here that kind of tells you a little bit more about it. But I just wanted to say thank you for your service, and we appreciate you and all the things that you've done for our freedoms.
I appreciate
it. You're a true American hero. And you do deserve that cross, that flight cross. So.
Yeah, you know, I don't think anybody thinks of themselves like that, and I certainly don't.
I know you don't.
And it's.
But I can call you a hero, and I'm sure your daughter calls you a hero.
Yeah.
She should.
Yeah. There are people standing duty right now that are heroes. So.
Yep.
I certainly never wanted any recognition, and the people that I work with don't want recognition. What makes you go is to help other people.
Yes.
And so I I just wanted to help other people. I wanted to do something extraordinary. I wanted to be able to do what they did in Vietnam, you know. I just wanted to be able to save people from above, you know, be above, to fly helicopters and to save lives. So that's all I wanted to do. So I didn't want recognition then, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. If you'd like to personally thank a veteran that you've seen in one of our episodes, or nominate a veteran to be featured in a future episode, log on to our website, operationhealingheroes.org, and click on the nominate button.